Okay, there we go. All right, Velveeta Room. How's everyone doing tonight? Awesome. Now, welcome to Music Firsthand's Comedians Interviewing Musicians. We are interviewing Tara Williamson tonight. I'm your co-host, Claude Ramey. I'm going to start y'all off with some stand-up comedy, which is really hard to do when you're the least interesting thing on the stage. But if you're a patron, you get to play with the toys afterwards. So just so you know, yeah, that would get me. I want to talk about the time I got rid of my futon. Now, the reason I got rid of my futon is because gay marriage had just gotten legalized. And let me back up. So gay marriage got legalized, and then all of a sudden, for me, marriage became this other benchmark of adulthood I wasn't meeting. And I was like, well, damn, maybe I should get a real couch at least. So now, a lot of comedians suffer from depression. I want you to know, if you ever feel lonely, put up an ad on Craigslist for a free futon. Because that's what I did, and I felt like the prettiest girl at the ball, let me tell you. You will get an alarming degree of popularity, actually. It's like, I need to go get more futons. I don't want to disappoint these people. My favorite emails were the ones that were trying really hard to be extra. Like, I would like to express my interest in the aforementioned futon. Like, I'm applying for jobs too. Calm down, you know? But just take it down a little notch. But I decided that just the first person who sent me an email was going to get my futon. And when they emailed me saying, can we actually postpone that a day? We just had a death in the family. I said, sure, because this lady had to measure the tragedy of a lost loved one against, like, how much she needed a new futon. And I don't want to brag, but my futon was found wanting. So no big deal, no big deal. But she shows up, and do you ever say something and think to yourself, I'm probably the first person to ever form this sentence? Basically, she showed up, and I said, hi, I'm sorry for your loss. The futon's this way. And she said, and I didn't ask for details, and she said, oh, thanks. He was actually found near here. He was shot and left in a creek just over that way. And I said, so the arm folds down this way, and there's some cat scratch damage. I mentioned that in the ad. So that's how I got rid of my futon. It's tough performing stand-up comedy because I'm always having to perform for people who aren't like me. By that I mean, by design, I'm performing for people who go places and do things. And I'm thrilled you're here, but I don't get it. But that said, the other night I was researching ants on Wikipedia. I've got some fun facts I would like to share. One, some ant colonies have, get this, 2 queens. What? That's progressive. They're beating us. They're beating us, damn it. Sometimes ants will go at war with other ant colonies, and they will capture the larvae of the competing colony, and they will either eat them or raise them as slaves. No further elaboration, just they decide in the car, you know? I'm a modern working gal, I'll figure this out. I don't know. Third thing, after a male ant mates once with the future queen, his genitals explode and he dies. Now, that one I already knew, actually, because I took sex ed in Texas, and I'll be damned. Coach McCormick was cited right at the bottom of that article. I'll be damned. Guy knew his shit. But I was trying to go to sleep that night, and you're ever trying to go to sleep and your brain just goes, wait, ant slavery? How's that designated? There's no payroll in the ant colony. No cush jobs in the ant. No one's saying like, oh, ever since Chelsea got this new gig stealing glucose-rich secretions from aphids and regurgitating it in the brooding chamber, she will not shut up about it. I don't want to talk about her. It's my birthday, though. But that was my impression of an ant, by the way. It was like, I don't know if you've talked to one recently, but it was pretty accurate. So I like it when diabetics specify type 1 diabetes when you didn't ask for any further clarification, because what they're really telling you is not the fat kind. That said, I have a cat with type 2 diabetes. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. But I have to go buy special diabetic cat food from a pet store that used to be an adult video store. Whatever you're thinking, yes, it's that weird. I would highly recommend it. But I was trying to buy cat food once, and the owner was ringing me out, and he's telling me about how he got burglarized the night before. And I'll just plow through it. It's fine. I'm a professional. He's telling me how he had gotten broken into the night before, and like, I don't care. But he tells me that there is security footage from across the street, and the police will not let him look at it because, in his words, he says, "I have a history of taking justice into my own hands." And I realized I buy diabetic cat food from working class Batman, so I love this pet store. Are y'all ready to get the real show started? All right, your host.